Hi, welcome to my podcast, Storm Whispers. I'm Nola, your host. In my podcast, we will explore Storm's powerful and dynamic presence. Who is Storm, you may ask? Stay tuned to uncover Storm's true identity and be sure to subscribe to my podcast. See you guys soon.
She has something to say.
What a night. Tossing and turning. And now it's 7 a.m. and I'm barely awake. It was 1991, and I got up and I went into the bathroom. I was thinking of what to wear to school. I had nothing special because I didn't hand wash anything, so I knew nothing was clean. My uniform, but the white shirt collar was black, and the underarms, it smelled like I sweated in it for days. But I had nothing else, so I put it on. I buttoned it to the top so you couldn't see the collar, and I put on my sweater so you couldn't smell the shirt. The school year was almost over. I knew it because the sun was shining bright and I could hear the birds chirping. I was ready to head off to school, but I heard a knock at the front door. So I just stayed in the bathroom sitting on the side of the tub. I was wishing I had a new pair of shoes because my clogs, they had a big hole at the bottom. I put a rock from the grass inside the hole so I wouldn't feel the ground when I walked. That's when I heard Miss Benny's voice. She was loud. She was yelling. Dorothy, I got your drink. Come out. Nola, let's go now. Mom yelled, and her voice was steady. So I figured she didn't have a drink yet. But once I heard that yell, I knew. No school for me today. Oh well, that means I didn't have to fight. Just hide. Hmm? Just hide. A faint but clear voice spoke. It shook me like I was being awakened from a scary dream. But I was the only one there. I froze, thinking and wishing I was somewhere or someone else. My mind was just moving so fast. Just another thought, I guess. But shit, that was loud. I turned off the light and I ran out the door. When we got outside, I just sat on a bench across from Mom and her friends. They were all scary and weird looking to me. Miss Lucille, she used to wear a wig that sat on the side of her head. She used to have lipstick on the very top of her lip. And when she spoke, it was on the top of her teeth. Oh, but Miss Sylvia, she had that long silver hair and I just loved it. And she would always say to me, "Hey, pretty mamas." And I would just smile and put my head down as to think, this lady is so drunk and twisted, she'll say anything to people kids. I looked over at the playground, but I really wanted to sit and hear the grown folks talk. It was kind of funny to me. They would be so drunk, yelling and slurring their words, talking about, bitch, pass the bottle. Then they would pour just enough in that small plastic cup and throw it down in one shot. I'm hungry. I knew I had to wait to the right time to tell Mom because the last time I interrupted her drinking party, I was slapped right off the bench. Keep your mouth closed when adults are talking. And that's just what I did. I sat across from them alone, pulling the green wood off the bench, trying not to get a splinter in my finger, and pretending not to look in grown folks' mouth, just hoping we wouldn't stay that long. I could see loud Miss Benny. You know the woman who knocked on the door? She was always drunk with them damn long nails that crawled out her fingers. They were like talons. They were so long she could barely hold a bottle. She got up and went down the block to the liquor store to get another bottle of vodka. I really didn't want to wait for her to come back because I knew the party would continue. Sometimes Mom would get so drunk, she would fall flat on her face. Her face would be busted up from her nose to her eyes swollen shut. And I just hated that feeling of my heart racing, my hands shaking, and cry. I could cry a puddle. And I would just pray no one would call an EMS, because then where would I be? But she didn't fall today. It hit 12 o'clock. The sun was at its peak, and she stumbled over to me. She grabbed my wrist so tight, but not without grabbing that clear liquid bottle. I hated the smell of vodka. It smelled like vomit to me. She let me loose, and she was so drunk, she fell out on the couch as soon as we stepped inside. I just sat at the end of the couch looking at the bottle of vodka. I wonder what would happen if I threw it away. She would just wake up and remember. I looked at her. I looked at the garbage. I wouldn't dare. And I just wanted to go back outside at the right time when all the kids were out of school. I was still hungry, so I got up and I went in the kitchen. I grabbed the white bread from on top of the fridge and I got me some sugar. My mouth watered as I made my sugar bread sandwich. Yes, that's sugar on a slice of bread. I live for it. And that's all that was in the fridge anyway, besides some Kool-Aid. There was no TV. The antenna was broken, so there was nothing but static on the screen. I just sat by the window. I just played my favorite game. It was called My Car. That's when you would see all the cars ride by, and the ones that you really like, you would say, my car, my car, my car. I love the red ones. But around 3 o'clock, Mom woke up. I knew she was still drunk by the yelling of my name. Nola! Yes, Mommy. Come sit your ass down. But Mom, can we go back outside? Hell no! Go sit down! I started to tear up. My stomach, it started to tense up. You know, like when you on a roller coaster and it's just about to drop. I had that crazy feeling again. Every time I heard her yell, every time I wanted to run away, there was that familiar feeling. I liked it in some ways. It put me in the back seat. I felt safe. I felt like I could put Nola in a shell. Run in the room. She's gonna hit you anyway. I looked around. I closed my eyes tight. And I opened them. Nothing. Run in the room. She's gonna hit you anyway. I turned my head both ways. Nothing. That voice was soothing when I was alone. I talked to it sometimes when I played house with my dolls. I would ask myself questions and I would always get an answer. Strange. It never appeared without me questioning it first. So I just walked in the room. From the corner of my eye, I saw a hand. Then I felt it. Ouch! I will tell you that slap came out the blue, but I knew it was coming because of the voice. The voice just told me. Didn't I say go sit down? Mom yelled. I know I'm not playing house. I was scared. For the first time, not of Mom, but because I realized it was so clear to me. That voice, it came from inside my head. Hey world, it's Nola, the host of Storm Whispers. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my podcast and keep tuning in for the next part of Storm's journey. Nola unlocks the voice. As the years passed, that voice became the leader. Storm was her name. Storm was fierce. Her anger, It was uncontrollable. When I spoke, it was cruel and sometimes rude. And I was always overweight. I carried that to an extent, especially when it came to getting into physical fights. All those years of getting hit by mom got me just right. I knew how to move at the right time and hit where it hurt. But by 21, I was pregnant with my first son, and things changed when he was born. I didn't like the crying and getting up all hours of the night, but my older sister helped me. She taught me how to make bottles and wash baby clothes. I was going to be a good mom, not hitting or yelling at my baby. But that storm, she had other plans. She had me in club after club, meeting man after man, having drink after drink. And mom had the baby. I didn't worry. She loved her boys. She would always say, raise your girls and cover your boys. Whatever that meant. But by the time the next two babies came, mom wouldn't watch all three at the same time. So I knew I had to get on my grind. Storm met people who knew people. So I had a good job and I got an apartment. And mom, she would only watch the kids for a fee. So I made sure she had her money for bill, whatever. Things were going good up until that one day. Mom called me and she said, baby, my cancer's back. Back? Later, my sister told me mom had cancer 1 year before I was born and she beat it. And now it was back. It was all up to me. Getting the kids ready, going to take mom to radiation, it was taking a toll on me. She couldn't walk some days after treatment, and I quit my job, so the bus was our best transportation. This went on for 3 months, up until the doctor said that the treatment is not working and there's nothing else that they can do. Some days, the pain was too much to bear. I could see the pain in her face, and I could hear the moans. I would sit with her and watch her favorite show, Gunsmoke. I knew it was all up to me again, but I wanted to break. But there she was, Storm, always telling me, don't break, stay strong. So I took the back seat and I let Storm take the lead. I was there every day making food and giving medication. And after being mom's caretaker, I would find myself sitting at the end of that couch, looking at her again. But these days, she just looked so helpless, and all I wanted to do was cry. But there was Storm again. No, 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 no. So I became angry. I would go pick up my stepson with his father every Friday. I couldn't stand the mother, but I always kept it cute. But not this day. This day, I jumped out the car. I hit this girl straight in her face, knocked her down, and I got the kicking. I was crazed out my mind if I think about it now. That action ruined my new relationship. Mom, she lasted 2 weeks after treatment had stopped. One afternoon, I was in the living room, and mom said in a playful but weak voice, I love you. I looked into her eyes, then my eyes watered. How do you not know what to say to your mother when she says I love you if she never said it to you before? I just looked down like I didn't hear her, but I did. But on mom's last day living, I found myself sitting at the end of that couch where it all began. No mom and no voice.
Hi, welcome to my podcast, Storm Whispers. I'm Nola. In this podcast, we will explore the power and beauty behind Storm's powerful presence. Who is Storm, you may ask? Well, tune in to uncover Storm's true identity and be sure to subscribe to my podcast. See you soon.